Okay, thank you very much. So, the name of this study that we're doing at the moment is church or congregation. I've named it specifically like that because we must maybe come to the conclusion, is this the same thing or is it not the same thing? What are we talking about? Is everything just acceptable or there might be a difference? I've made a study myself, and when I was talking with people and asked them, tell me, what do you think when I say to you the word church? They gave me certain answers. And I said, tell me, what do you think when I name you the word congregation? Then they gave me another answer. They said, but this stuff is maybe two different things, because people constantly give two different answers. They more tend to move to things, buildings, programs, and events when you talk about church. But the moment you ask them, tell me what is congregation, they tell you it's people. It's people all the time. So is this important or this important? We're going to look at it this day. And it's important to understand that we're not here to criticize any person, anything of the past or whatever. We are a product of our past. I came through various different things, and no one of them was really perfect. And I trust you, the next phase is still not a perfect phase, because perfectness lies in the heart. It doesn't lie in things on the outside. But we are in a phase where we are developing from one phase to another phase, and we get into deeper understanding. And as we sit today here, we need to be very appreciative and thankful for every phase, every organization, every church, every whatever you may think of. Maybe they haven't done you even nothing good, but sometimes you sit in a thing, then you just know, they've taught me what it is not, and that is also very good. And we are not here to criticize and to go into reaction, because if we are in a reaction, we are no good for anything in the future. Christ is not in reaction, busy accusing people, and putting under condemnation, and, we are the better and the further developed and whatever. There's no such thing like that. God is in a process with every person on this earth. Sometimes people still too neat in another process. It's not for me to determine that. It's not for me to judge and to criticize and to cut and paste and this, because the perfect solution never lies in a further development of maybe what we can say an infrastructure that's maybe getting better along the way, but the perfect life still remains Christ himself, that we live as his body. We need to get to that point where we get convinced that we have wine, but we need a wineskin that can accommodate this wine so that this wine can flow to the world and they can get this wine freely on a basis, because there's a great need on the outside, but somehow through church life, we do not get to meet this need on some way or another. And the question is, why not? But if we ask why not, it is not to criticize. It's not to be against the past. Because I was basically about part of everything of the past that was wrong also. So I'm the last person to stand here and say, those people and those people. We'll get nowhere when we live in a situation like that. So the church been going through progressive revelation all through the years. And we need to understand it. We are still in that process. And maybe the most important part of that progressive unfolding is that you are one of the key answers in it. The reason why the progress is so slow is that we hinder people to get part of it. We as the professional people, we will restore it. Just wait for us. We will go on a retreat and find from the Lord, what is the next move. No, the next move, the Lord moves through his body. There's no other head, there's only one head, and then he moves through the body. And we'll get to that, and our slow pace is because we do not involve everyone to become part of it and to do it. I've heard a story, I don't know if it's true, of about Wikipedia. Wikipedia, the encyclopedia. The moment internet was there, people think, oh my goodness, we need an encyclopedia. Wikipedia at the moment is 30,000 volumes if you print it. It's a lot of volumes if you want to buy it, because what was his other one? Britannica or whatever, around about this. But 30,000 volumes is big, eh? But they knew they had to do something about this. So I heard the story as for this, that the guy appointed 70 people to start and write, morning, noon and night, they're writing articles and whatever. And after 1 year, they just came to the conclusion, we're not going to make it. The world's maybe going to end before we're going to get to the end of the process. He realized he need to do another approach to it. So the next year, he just, he just kept 4 people in his company. All the other left. You need to go smaller, to go faster. So he just kept 4 people in his company, and he said to these 4 people, just write me a template. Or how do you think an article need to be that we need to put into Wikipedia? So they write a template, and they put a template on internet and say, everyone on the outside that wants to write about anything, write for us. So people wrote all over the world. It all came to one point where 4 people just checked the format and the grammar, and they post it, and someone else is doing now the work for them. You don't even need to pay them. And they write passionately about their subjects they want to write about. You see, we need to go to another dimension to go faster. We need to go smaller. We need to incorporate everyone, because we're not going to make progress on the basis that we are just thinking that we as the people that's appointed maybe can do the job.